but only playfully. "You are a harsh ruler," said Hanfeiza. "Like your ancestor of the heart, you make no allowance for other people's frailty." Jiangqing was named for a revolutionary leader of the ancient past who had tried to lead the people onto a new path but was overthrown by weak-hearted cowards. It was not right, thought Hanfeiza, for his wife to die before him. Her ancestor of the heart had outlived her husband. Besides, wives should live longer than husbands. Women were more complete inside themselves. They were also better at living in their children. They were never as solitary as a man alone. Jiangqing refused to let him return to brooding. When a man's wife is dead, what does he long for? Rebelliously, Hanfeiza gave her the most false answer to her question. "To lie with her," he said. "The desire of the body," said Jiangqing. Since she was determined to have this conversation, Hanfeiza took up the catalogue for her. The desire of the body is to act. It includes all touches, casual and intimate, and all customary movements. Thus he sees a movement out of the corner of his eye and thinks he has seen his dead wife moving across the doorway, and he cannot be content until he has walked to the door and seen that it was not his wife. Thus he wakes up from a dream in which he heard her voice and finds himself speaking his answer aloud as if she could hear him. "What else?" said Jiangqing. "I'm tired of philosophy," said Hanfeiza. "Maybe the Greeks found comfort in it, but not me." "The desire of the spirit," said Jiangqing, insisting. "Because the spirit is of the earth. It is that part which makes new things out of old ones. The husband longs for all the unfinished things that he and his wife were making when she died, and all the unstarted dreams of what they would have made if she had lived. Thus a man grows angry at his children for being too much like him and not enough like his dead wife. Thus a man hates the house they lived in together, because either he does not change it so that it is as dead as his wife, or because he does change it so that it is no longer half of her making." "You don't have to be angry at our little Qingjiao," said Jiangqing. "Why?" asked Hanfeiza. "Will you stay then, and help me teach her to be a woman? All I can teach her is to be what I am, cold and hard, sharp and strong, like obsidian. If she grows like that, while she looks so much like you, how can I help but be angry?" "Because you can teach her everything that I am too," said Jiangqing. "If I had any part of you in me," said Hanfeiza, "I would not have needed to marry you to become a complete person." Now he teased her by using philosophy to turn the conversation away from pain. "That is the desire of the soul, because the soul is made of light and dwells in air. It is that part which conceives and keeps ideas, especially the idea of the self. The husband longs for his whole self, which was made of the husband and wife together. Thus he never believes any of his own thoughts, because there is always a question in his mind to which his wife's thoughts were the only possible answer. Thus the whole world seems dead to him because he cannot trust anything to keep its meaning before the onslaught of this unanswerable question." "Very deep," said Jiangqing. "If I were Japanese, I would commit seppuku, spilling my bowel into the jar of your ashes." "Very wet and messy," she said. He smiled. "Then I should be an ancient Hindu and burn myself on your pyre." But she was through with joking. "Qingjiao," she whispered. She was reminding him he could do nothing so flamboyant as to die with her. There was little Qingjiao to care for. So Hanfeiza answered her seriously. "How can I teach her to be what you are?" "All that is good in me," said Jiangqing, "comes from the path. If you teach her to obey the gods, honor the ancestors, love the people, and serve the rulers."